One small step for a man, one giant leap for mankind. My name is Neil Armstrong, and I'm the first person to walk on the moon. Listen up, and I'll tell you a little bit about my story. August 15th, 1930, just after midnight in Walford, Connecticut, Ohio, I was born. I grew up with my parents and siblings. When I was little, I loved building and flying model airplanes. I love flying. I worked as a lawnmower at a cemetery, and I baked donuts at a donut shop company, just so I could pay for flying lessons. By age 15, I finally was a licensed pilot. When I was 18, I made a deal for a soldiership. Probably. Curley University. A scholarship to Curley University in exchange for service in the Navy. I flew 78 missions in the Korean War, and I crashed behind enemy lines. Then I went back to finish college and met my wife, Janet and Sharon. We moved to California, where I became a test pilot at Edwards Air Force Base. 5 years later, I became an astronaut. The U.S. was in a race with the Soviet Union to get into space. I sent my application to be on the team going to the moon a week past the deadline, but they didn't care because I was with 9 other men. History will remember me because the first trip to the moon is an important event and great human achievement. We are learning more about deep space and beyond our solar system. It was, as I said, a giant leap for mankind.
fellow Americans. My name is Morocco Susan Obama too. I was born to Stanley and Barack Obama on August 4th, 1961. I was born in Hawaii and given the name after my father. They soon gave me the nickname Barry. My father was from Trinity but came to study at the university in Hawaii, and that's where he met my mother, who was also a student studying. Eventually they got married but split up when I was 2. I stayed in Hawaii with my mother while my father went back to my mother got married again in 1967 and we moved to Indonesia. As a 6-year-old little boy, I had a pet, a chicken and ducks. Shortly after living here, I found out I was going to be a barber. On August 15th, 1970, my sister Maya was born. I also attended public school for 2 years, and then went to high school. I did get picked on a little. My stepfather taught me how to walk so I could stand up for myself. I also played basketball. My mother, who was a teacher, taught me a lot of the campus. I learned about Martin Luther King Jr., who was a civil rights leader. After I graduated from Cornell University in 1983, I worked on the community in Chicago. I later enrolled in a law school at Harvard. I became a civil rights after graduating and taught law from 1992 to 2004. From 1997 to 2004. I represented the 13th District when I ran for U.S. Senate in 2008. I was nominated for president just a year after campaigning began on January 20th, 2009. I was sworn in office as your 44th president. I served 2 terms in office. One main reform that was passed was the Affordable Care Act. Stimulus packages were given out as well. I also went on to sign the budget control and American taxpayers. I also traced us troop levels where they were needed.
Have you ever read Little House books? Well, I wrote one. My name is Laura Ingalls Webb. I was born February 7th, 1867. I have brown hair and blue eyes. I am short but as strong as a little French horse, my pa would say. I have lived in many places, including Plum Creek, Minnesota. I went to little town schools for education. For jobs, I've made hats, helped sew, teach school. I'm famous for writing Little House books. You should read them. I should be remembered as a strong pioneer woman. I died on February 10th, 1957.
Did you know I live Lewis and Clark to the Pacific Ocean? Hi, my name is Sakajuya and I was born on May 1788. I was kidnapped by the Hidatsa tribe. I got married when I was 13. Later on, there were men coming down the river They then made camp across the river, across the tribe I was at. They invited the chiefs to them and gave them gifts. My jobs were an Indian translator and exploring and a navigator. I am famous because I traveled 4,162 miles with Jean Baptist on my back. I died on December 20th, 1812.
If you ever wanted to learn about escape artists, well then you came to the right place. Hi, my name is Eric Wiles, aka Curley. I was born on March 24th, 1874. I died on October 31st, 1926. I am average height and strong and in good shape. I am outgoing and adventurous and love attention. I was born in Budapest, Hungary, and moved to America to give my family a better life. I started working at age 9. I shined shoes and performed magic tricks. I am famous for my extreme escapes tricks where I would be in handcuffs and chains and in boxes underwater. I gave people joy and excitement from watching my shows. I should be remembered because I was the greatest escape artist.
Thou should sit down and get comfortable to hear my story. My name is Susan B. Anthony. I was born on February 15, 1820. I am known for fighting for a woman's rights. When I was 6 years old, me and my family moved to Battenville, New York. My dad bought a mill that he managed. It took 7 years to build the new house, and I asked if I could help them build the house, but they said no because of my gender. When I helped at the mill, I met lots of girls, and all of them worked there for a reason. One girl's mom was sick. Someone else didn't know what they wanted to do with the money. So, for some of the girls, I gave some of my stuff to them, like my handkerchief to the girls whose mom was sick. One day, my mother said, I wish I could go out into that old lot and sing. I asked, why don't you? She said, because your father is a Quaker. When I was older, I learned about more about how women couldn't do as much as men can. I wanted to let women vote. That was my dream. I spent 40 years fighting for women's rights. 20 years after I died, my dream came true. All of those things are things that helped me devote my life to fighting for women's rights. And now I am known as the mother of the 19th Amendment.
Have you ever heard of Helen Keller? If you haven't, then sit down and get comfy because I'm about to tell you my story. My birthday is June 27th, 1880, and I died on June 1st, 1968. When I was about 19 months old, I became very sick and had a high fever. I had brown hair and blue eyes. Then Miss Annie came into my life and to help. Annie grabbed my doll, and that was the only thing that would calm me down. I should be remembered because even though I am blind and deaf, I still was able to achieve my goals and learn how to write with my hand and also wrote a book.
Are you interested in the civil rights movement? Well, you're in luck. My name is Martin Luther King Jr. My death was April 1968. I was married in June 18th, 1953. I went to college at Boston University. You should remember me because I never gave up. I was a young man with a dream.
Have you ever wanted to hear about an Olympic gold medalist? Well, then you're in luck. I am Simone Biles. I won 27 gold medals in the USA Olympic and Championship. So sit back, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the show. I was born March 14th, 1997. I have black hair and brown eyes. I'm 4'8". I'm a nice, hard-working girl. My mom struggled with addiction, so me and my siblings ended up in foster care. My grandparents, Ron and Nellie Biles, adopted me and my younger sister, Audrea. My great aunt adopted my older sister and my older brother, Ashley and Tevin. I am famous for being an Olympic gold medalist. When I win, I donate some of my prize money. I should be remembered because I keep on trying through everything and I break world records. I always continue something I'm doing. I also try stuff I'm not good at. Hope you guys like gymnastics. Keep calm and gymnastics on.
I was born on April 16th, 1867. My brother Orville was my best friend. We liked to invent things together. The best thing we made was a flying machine. My name is Wilbur Wright. I'm an inventor, builder, and writer. When I was 18 years old, I was supposed to go to college, but instead I got hit in the face with a hockey stick and had a bad injury. After that, my mom died, so I never went. We started building a flying machine after doing a lot of research. We went to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina to test the machine because they have strong winds. On December 17th, 1903, we had our first flight, and it lasted 12 seconds. We made more flying machines and began to sell them to people. I got sick in April 1912 and died May 30th. Our invention led to one of the most successful inventions in history, the plane.
Have you ever wondered how women are now able to vote? Well, if you have, you came to the right place. My name is Elizabeth Stanton. I was born on November 12th of 1815. In my childhood, I thought that it wasn't fair that women didn't get to vote. So I thought when I grew up, I was going to change that. I received my formal education at Johnstown Academy and at Emma Willard Troy Seminary in New York. I should be remembered by making it so now women can vote. Unfortunately,
I died on October 26, 1902, due to heart failure.
Do you want to learn who stopped slavery, who saved humanity? Hi, I am Abraham Lincoln. I am 6'4" tall. I have dark hair and gray eyes. I was born on February 12, 1809 in Kentucky. I lived in a one-room cabin with my mom, dad, and sister. One day, a cow ate snake root and produced poisonous milk that killed my mom. Dad, sister, and I moved to Indiana, and Dad remarried. School was very far, so my stepmom homeschooled us. We had no paper, so we used bark, and when the bark was full of writing, we would scrape it off with my pocket knife. 25 years old, when I was 25 years old, I got a chance to be a lawyer. So me and my friend went campaigning, and I bought a $60 suit to look professional. I ran for state legislator in 1834 as a Whig. Whigs were a political party that wanted more roads and waterways for Illinois. I served in the state legislature for many years in Illinois. In 1842, I married a woman from Kentucky. Her name was Mary Todd. In 1846, I was elected to the House of Representatives and moved to Washington, D.C. In 1860, I beat Stephen Douglas and was elected the 16th president. The first night I was president, Southern Confederate troops were planning to attack Fort Sumter. I called troops to protect the fort, so then the Civil War had begun. It was a heartbreaking war as Americans fought Americans. One good thing that came out of the war was the 13th Amendment that would terminate and forever prohibit slavery. Not everyone liked this idea, and on April 14, 1865, while watching a play, a man shot and killed me. Americans have showed honor to me with hundreds of monuments, the most important one being the Lincoln National Monument in Washington, D.C. Behind the statue is carved, quote, "In this temple, as in the hearts of the people for whom saved the Union, the memory of Abraham Lincoln is enshrined forever." Thank you.
Have you ever wanted to learn about a girl that studied chimpanzees? Well, you're in luck. My name is Jane Goodall. I was born April 3rd, 1934, and in London. I am now 86. I have blonde hair, brown eyes. I like to wear button-up shirts, pants or shorts, and shoes. My personality is brave. My childhood was fun and interesting. I had a bunch of chickens. My first job was a secretary. I am famous for helping chimpanzees, and my contribution to society was to help chimpanzees. I should be remembered by a brave woman in the